He doesn't know that I was on Bachelor in Paradise. He knew I was on the Bachelorette, and he really doesn't understand the premise of the show. He just understands every now and again we have to stop and take pictures with random people.
Michael, how did you decide it was time for James to meet Danielle, and how has it been to have, someone who you love around your son for the first time in a while?
I mean, to be honest, I had to go out of my comfort zone a little bit. Danielle's living in Nashville and I'm 7 hours away. So kind of orchestrating these, meetups, I didn't want to be away from him too long. So I introduced James and Danielle as, Danielle is daddy's friend, and he totally understands that at that level. Yeah. I'm really protective over him and making sure that he doesn't get attached to anybody too early. And at that time, when we first introduced them, I think we'd been dating for maybe, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, which is way quicker than the timeline that I normally would have. But I'm glad I did it. I saw their connection immediately, and it's just a beautiful thing. It really was.
He was so proud of the chimichurri.
Yeah, I know. James and I cooked for her at a hostel, or not a hostel, an Airbnb in Bellevue, Kentucky.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we had a bunch of little hideouts, and it was adorable.
Danielle, for you, were you nervous? Were you just excited? What was your perspective coming into meeting James and kind of seeing this side of Michael in real life?
Honestly, I was really nervous, and James totally cut that tension. I feel like I pulled up to the Airbnb and I texted you, I'm here, and I look out the window and there's James's little face on the car. Yeah. And he's like, hi. And I'm like, hey.
He loves hosting. What can I say? Hey. He's a big host guy.
What does he understand of Bachelor in Paradise / the Bachelor world?
He doesn't know that I was on Bachelor in Paradise. He knew I was on the Bachelorette, and he really doesn't understand the premise of the show. He just understands every now and again we have to stop and take pictures with random people.
Oh, that's sweet. People like Daddy. They want to take pictures with him. That's not the worst thing.
That's it. And it's so funny because sometimes, strangers will come up and be like, hey, can I get a photo with you? And he'll immediately jump into the photo. And they're like, oh, you too? Okay, come on in. I'm like, hey, man.
That's cute. What would you guys say the biggest thing you've learned about each other post Paradise is?
God, I don't know if it's something that I've learned about you. It's just something that I've loved even more about you is just watching you be a dad. Every kid deserves a dad like Michael.
Stop.
I've never experienced anything like it in my life.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's really special. It really is. I'm gonna get emotional.
Oh my God, we're crying.
Thank you. I mean, I love being a dad. It's fantastic. And, for Danielle and I think for people that, are more guarded in nature. It took a long time for us to actually drop our guard while we were on the show. And I think that was evident when people watched it. They're like, what's going on with them? But we're tiptoeing. We're on our own timeline. The show can have whatever timeline they want, but there's too much at stake for us. There's just too much in our lives. So for Danielle and I, it's been awesome seeing both of us kind of shed our guard and be more comfortable with each other. Yeah. She's hilarious. She's so much fun. She's got this creative, fun energy that's intoxicating. And so it's just getting closer in that nature.
You mentioned timelines. Obviously, that's a big thing in this show's world. People are going to ask you when you're getting engaged until you do. Are you prepared to field those questions? And is this something you guys talk about the future? Are we going day by day?
I think day by day.
Well, actually, I have a question.
Oh my God, do not do that.
Last weekly Zoom exclusive.
Yeah, right. Sarah's licking her chops over there.
Seriously.
Give me the goods.
No, we're just so looking forward to dating and being together in the same city and just really enjoying this time off the show.
Yeah.
That's what's more important to us right now.
I know the show and the audience, they all have these timelines. Mm-hmm. We do not feel that pressure, and we are not going to feel that pressure.
I thought it was going to be a year before you said I love you.
Yeah, we moved slower. I mean, when I said I love you to Danielle, that's the second time I've ever said it in my entire life. Imagine all the grade school and high school relationships I've had where the girl has wanted to rip my throat out because of this. And so like what people saw on TV was a really big moment for me. And I know love gets thrown around on the show, like a commodity. I don't do that.
And I do that. You see it all over my face. I was like, wait, what did you just say?
Yeah, it felt very genuine.
Their own. I mean, an engagement for me is forever. It's not a promise. It's forever.
I love you? Not an engagement?
Yeah, but she was asking about the engagement. Don't get me tripped up.
I thought you tripped yourself up.
Yeah, I've got nothing right now.
Nothing right now.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below and visit usmagazine.com.